Okay, so if you were like the one or two people that saw my video that went up and then disappeared, it was because I it was burning on my heart to share the word I'm doing, but I got the revelation when I finished the video. Like more revelation as an interpretation to the dream and things, and so I'm like, I have to redo that. So now this is gonna come out much better. And it was kind of wild. There's a lot, man. So I'm gonna go through the dream because what happened was I was in the kitchen and then I saw a picture of my parents when they were younger and it was on the TV for some reason. And then I was like, oh crap. I have to, like, I just felt a stirring. Like it reminded me of this dream. And then I was like, I have to, like it was all coming back. Like I need to, God will do that. He'll put something on your heart and you have no peace until you get it done. Right. So I'm getting it done. So, in this dream, I'll just go through the dream and then I'll go through the interpretation. So, here we are. So, there's this couple. And they are like standing near these bleachers. In the dream, I recognize that I know that they're not like supposed to be together. Like that was my understanding in the dream. And a man comes, and it's Jeff Probst from Survivor. He comes and he talks to the couple and he's like, you know what? I talk to God and she doesn't need you. She doesn't need you. And so in the dream, like I just got this now. And I'm like, how did I not get that in the dream? I was so confused. But he's obviously was standing up for his girl, all right? And because in the dream, the guy just seems like he was just not fully, like you didn't feel that, like, actual love. Like, it wasn't godly. It wasn't godly. So, anyways, that happened. And then the next scene, I am trying to get to my car. I was in a rush, I was in a hurry, it was late, it was dark, and I was getting to my car, and when I got to the parking lot, my car was gone, and there was a man in a truck, and he was getting out because he was like gonna tow my car or like help me out or something, because my car completely rolled away. And that's actually happened to my last car I had. Well, my first accident happened that way. And then the next one, I literally, because in my dream, it was my last car that I had. It was that one. And I actually did lose that one to an accident. And I spray painted Jesus on it. And I wasn't too worried about it. But I actually did lose that car. But in the dream, my car was just gone. Like it just disappeared, rolled away. And so, anyway, so he was trying to help me, right? Next minute, he is grabbing my hand. He's grabbing my hand, trying to hold hands with me as we're leaving the parking lot to another parking lot. And as we're walking across, there's this big tree, and the tree completely severs our hands from holding. Like it just cuts it off. Basically, that relationship is cut off, right? And it really wasn't one. It never was. Anyways, so, but it was it was obviously something the enemy was trying to work, right? And sometimes we don't see those things, because the enemy's very stealthy, right? Very stealthy. And he also tries to cause drama and make people think things and all kinds of stuff. So the next scene, I'm like at a storage unit, and the man's still there, and I'm like, there was like a cubby, like a little storage unit that was opened up, and there was like this cat and this bunny. It was like a bunny and a cat. It was like a mix. It was like a big fat cat, or like a cat and a bunny, I don't know. But it was really, really cute, and we were petting it. And the name of it was Lucy. And Lucy means shining light, or one of the light, or something light. And after that moment, I was like we're back outside, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I don't need your help with my car. Like, I don't, and then I immediately got my phone, and I'm like trying to call my man, and I'm like, get me out of here. Right? So that happened. And then that's kind of, I guess that's it. So now going into the interpretation. So, okay, so where should I start? Okay, so the part with the couple and the guy saying she doesn't need you. Okay, so this was obviously, taking a stand. Jeff also means like peaceful ruler or something like that. So it's kind of referencing towards kind of God's intervention, angelic help, and angel, helping, prayers, intercession, things like this. But this man has gotten the strength to stand up and to give some pushback, right? And obviously he talks to God. But I had another dream, and it's just kind of confirmation to this with the survivor theme here, but how you've survived the process, you've survived the pruning, God taking you through obstacles. I had a dream of a man out in the ocean with all those obstacles like they do on Survivor, and with his father-in-law, and is just kind of representing or to be, he wasn't married yet, but it was really like it was representing God the Father, and he'll take us through a process, and he is has to train us up so we're ready for that and wanting to receive of that. So anyways, it was like this man came out of that time with the Lord that time, and it was also in the ocean. So again, blue, you got the water, you got the presence of God, you got the revelation, and he was just alone, just for the day, just spending time with God. I'm coming, just 1 second. So he's a survivor. He survived, okay? Came out stronger, because that's kind of what Survivor does, is like you come out a stronger person, or at least that's the goal. And so, yeah, it's like I talk to God, okay? So for all the guys out there, spend time with your Father, spend time with Jesus. So, and then like he was confident in who he knew the Lord had him pursue. So exactly. Yeah, you got to be very careful, because most people are choosing the broad way. So you'll know if you're the one who's choosing the narrow, because it's not, again, survive. But then the scene with the bunny and the cat, so that's kind of representing intimacy, because it's comfort, right? And it was a very like we went from outside to inside, so it was very like it was like going into like the storage unit. So it was referring to stored away memories, and that coming back to the surface, and basically seeing the light shine, because Lucy, right? So it was having the light shine, and it was just like a moment where it's like a waking up moment where you remember what is true, and you remember what is of God, and you can just see, you have the light is just like a light bulb moment. It was like a light bulb moment, like, oh my gosh, like I realized this man is not, I'm wanting help, okay, with my car, and cars represent ministry. My car rolled off, so the thing that had like representing calling and things like that, like it rolled away, and I was confused, and so this man was trying to help, right? But it was a counterfeit help, all right? And then with the bunny and the cat, it was like recognizing, the light was shining on the fact that this is not just a counterfeit help, but this person is actually on to me, right? Trying to hold my hand, right? And so that light bulb moment came to me because I wasn't even thinking like that. And so I was just like, the alarms went off, right? And then I immediately was like, I don't need your help with this. Like, I don't need that. And then it was like, I need to call my man. Okay. So, man, it was crazy because I didn't even understand what these dreams meant until 2 seconds ago. It just all came to me. But the part where I am with Jeff calling out the couple, right? The man standing up for his girl. So in that scene, I was actually retelling that to my parents, and my parents were like embarrassed, and they're like, yeah, that happened. And as if I was telling a story about what happened to, like, the drama that happened before they got married. And it's like, oh yeah, that did happen, that drama. But the funny thing is, something kind of like that did happen, because my parents, they knew that they were going to get married the week they met. But the very beginning of that week, because they were on a mission trip, but the very beginning of that week, my dad was actually interested in another girl, and her name was Candy. And so that's prophetic, because Candy, right? Some things are just candy, and some things are witchcraft. Okay, the devil works through that. But the Candy, right? So, but the funny part is, she actually got married to another guy that was also on the trip with them. So, see, the enemy's just trying to do swaps, trying to be weird, trying to take away what God's doing, right? But obviously, my parents, when God is working and you're standing in the will of God, you don't have to worry, because God's will is going to happen in your life when you're saying yes to Him. So you don't have to worry about those things. But it was just, yeah, like, some of the things can be hard, like when you're going through it, right? When someone's not treating you right, and you're going through pain, and all of that, and if someone's been cheating on you or just being a jerk or anything like that, it's like, it's hard in the moment, but it's like later on, it's like something you can look back on and like laugh at, or just, I don't know, but you know what I mean? Just heal, like, you will heal from these things. Like, again, you will survive. Okay. The Lord is wanting to make you a stronger person, strong in Him, right? Strong in Him. And He is the one who, He refines you, and He makes you, and yeah, you have to go through these obstacles, but once you get past them, it's like you made it. Yeah, you made it to the next level. You made it. You survived. And, every way the enemy was trying to get you to give up, every way the enemy was trying to trick you, all of the trickery, right, that's in this world, all of this stuff, like trying to, your own flesh trying to pull you down and all these things. It's like you pushed past that because of your faith. You held on to faith, and it took you where God wanted you, and you made it. So congratulations. Congratulations. So yeah, that's just kind of like showing you how the enemy will try to work in different ways. So the enemy might try to get you into counterfeit relationships that don't even have to be romantic. They're just counterfeit relationships that are stealing away from what God is wanting you to do and who he's wanting you to be around. And so you just have to be careful with that. Yeah, just be very careful with that, and just continue being a stander for whoever the Lord has having you stand for, like that man in the dream. And yeah.